What up, what up, what up? This is Tony, aka Shay, coming back with YORUBADE. So, for this one, I know it's very popular. It's called Nollywood. It has so many different movies that people enjoy watching. It's made its mark on the film scene, and no knock to them. But I remember as a child when I would travel different places. And it was like a tour bus. It'd be like an African group going somewhere. They'll always play like the African movies, and my parents had the African movies in the house, and I would see it. And of course, it's lower quality or budget. They didn't have the money like that, but it was interesting, and yeah. But I never really got too much into it. A lot of it dealt with like demons and like juju and stuff like that, and like it just never wasn't my thing. So then when I got older and I started learning a little bit more about the movies, I started to realize that it was always about drama. It was always about relationships. And as a guy, it just never really appealed to me. I'll say within beginning of last year, I start seeing a new type of Nollywood videos. And I was like, man, the quality has definitely upgraded. It's way better than the one I remember the last time I looked at it. But it was still like the same drama filled type of videos. And I remember I was saying to myself, I'm like, I wish, first off, I don't like that the fact that they call it Nollywood. Like, let's be original. We already have Hollywood. Come up with something else. Come up with a different name. Like, be creative. I don't like following. I hate that Nigerians follow Western culture, really the US and United States, so closely. I understand admiring some of the stuff, but let's not just copy the style or kind of use play on words. To me, it's just tacky. But regardless, what I didn't understand about Nollywood is why they seem to only have one type of genre, and it was always drama, or I guess like juju and voodoo and all that other stuff is included in it, but there's always like one type. It's always a relationship thing. Someone cheated, someone had a baby, or someone's moving, someone needs money, poor. Like, I wish they had okay, so one thing I would love to see if there was like a series of videos that talked about not just in Nigeria but West Africa, where they kind of like a Game of Thrones, where the different empires, they would showcase the different empires and people moving about and showing like just stories of one warrior or whatever going through and conquering, or the Mali Empire, all these different empires. I wish there was like movies about how these empires were like navigating the world, or and just doing their thing and making their mark, or even up until colonialism, what was going on, the fights, how they try to fight off the British and the French, and the just telling stories like that from a different lens rather than just common day, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I just want more variety, or even sci-fi, or I know that, I mean, people got the money, but I wish it was like maybe more sci-fi related films that kind of played on we have a lot of artists in Nigeria, a lot of creative minds. Someone to just come up with an idea that's completely fictional but adds the culture of different groups, and just put that on the main on the big screen. Just diverting from the typical drama into something that just opens up the space for other people to get into. Because I don't know, this to me is boring, and maybe people just get into the series. I think that's what it is, or a lot of people just get into the series and they just don't think much about it. But I don't know. I think if you keep running the same type of content over and over, I feel like you're you're suppressing your imagination to really break out from that. So I mean, I would like to see more different types of content. Now, I know there's videos out there or movies out there that kind of hit on some of the stuff I'm talking about, but they're not promoted like that. And I mean, that's should be another thing. We should be promoting our stuff more. But I don't know. I wanna hear like of series maybe on our own version of Netflix where we can really get into different genres. So just going back to the type of Game of Thrones type content, having stuff like that so that it gives people the interest to look up these tribes or these empires and see what really happened. Maybe having a series about Mansa Musa. That would be a good one. I would love to watch that. And it'd be pretty accurate to what happened. And, you know, just having dialogues or whatever. That will be that would be very interesting to see. So hopefully, you know, maybe someone, you know, sees this and they're thinking about it, or it's in the works already. That would be really cool to see.